All right, America still here with your homeboy, for your homeboy Tim G. Jacob. This is the realest, most entertaining sports show in the game. Put it on something. Make sure you subscribe. 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 You understand? T, it was a rough weekend for SEC schools out of the state of Mississippi.
Yeah.
All right. Mississippi State just keeps catching Bama at the wrong damn time. And they got blown out 30-6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Over there in Tuscaloosa. All right. Connolly Trophy candidate, and whose son was saying was a Heisman candidate earlier. Will Rogers went 30 for 60 in this game. Okay, still got off 60 attempts. I guess when you're down, you got to throw it. But hell, in a regular game, he might throw that bitch around 56 times.
That's a fact.
But he went 30 for 60 for 231 yards. No tubs in this one. T, what were your thoughts on this game, dog?
Sometimes when you know that there's going to be a massacre occurring, you kind of just go on and just turn it on off. Don't even start to attempt to try to watch it. This was not a good game, a good spot for Mississippi State. This is Alabama coming off of probably one of their most, I guess you would say, revealing losses against Tennessee. Where Tennessee exposed a lot of things, and Alabama made a lot of mistakes, had a lot of penalties. And St. Nick, that ain't gonna fly 2 weeks in a row. It's just not gonna work. So he got his ship together, and he said, "Hey, this is what we not gonna do today." And just so happened Mississippi State is on the schedule. Mississippi State is just not built to play with a team like Alabama. And it may just boil down to they may not just have the right guy at the helm in terms of Mike Leach. I don't know if Mike Leach can Kevin Sumlin a victory, kind of like what Kevin Sumlin did when he was at A&M with Manziel. Just, manufacture a win.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Nick Saban's hardest games, is guys who have ability to, use his feet, use his arm. You can name them: Deshaun Watson, Johnny Manziel. I mean, it just goes down the line. Burrow, those guys. I mean, they can use their feet. They can get throws off. So this ain't a good spot. Will Rogers Connolly Trophy chances are at a little bit of a shake. They look shaky.
Mm-hmm.
Because the rest of their schedule, man, is not easy. I mean, you look at their schedule going forward. They got Auburn at home. Then they get Georgia coming to their house.
Oh, God.
They get East Tennessee State for, I guess that's a homecoming. I'm going to say that's homecoming or whatever you want to call it. To schedule East Tennessee State that late in the year.
They can't be no homecoming team. They got to be. They probably just a little tune up for the Egg Bowl.
Oh, come on! If you ain't tuned up by now, I don't know what you
a November 19th homecoming.
May schedule it
late. That's too late for homecoming. I don't know. I'm gonna have to ask my nephew.
Homecoming.
I'm gonna have to ask our young boy Dylan Smith what that is.
And then you got Ole Miss, and like I've said before, they could easily go from the Liberty Bowl, the Outback Bowl to the Liberty Bowl. I mean, they could go from a game maybe like December 29th, 30th to potentially playing the first week of bowl season. I mean, so State's got some work to do.
So you're saying basically you would only favor them in one more game on their schedule. That's the East Tennessee State.
I'm gonna give them the Auburn game because Auburn just can't figure it out.
Okay.
So they should be able to win two more.
They can get them to 7 wins.
They can get them to 7 wins, and then whatever happens on that Ole Miss State game. In my opinion, I think I was on here and I said State can beat Ole Miss.
You did say that.
I did say that.
You did. Yes,
And
yes, yes, yes.
I'm
You
gonna
did.
stick by that. I'm gonna stick by that simply because they got embarrassed last year. And if state wants to be about the smoke, if they want the smoke, they got to go up to the Oxford and make it happen. And obviously, Ole Miss is beatable. And you don't know what you could catch, what kind of Ole Miss team you catch. Lane should out scheme Leach. Based on what I saw, and maybe I'm just a prisoner of the moment, and that's why I said State could beat Ole Miss. I'll ride with that ship. I'll take that ship all the way to the end, to the depths of hell.
Mm-hmm.
That's just who I am. But I'm gonna say for one game, if State's motivated and they're in their bag, they can beat Ole Miss. They can do it. But we'll see.
So it's nothing really we can glean, you think, from this game, given the fact that Alabama coming off that Tennessee loss, mad as hell. It's in Tuscaloosa. It's like Mississippi State just ran into the buzzsaw.
Here's what I will glean from that game. Mike Leach is not prepared to coach the creme de la creme of the SEC.
He put it on his boys, though, T.
No.
He said his boys scared.
No.
He said
No.
that his boys scared of them Alabama boys. That's what he said. I wonder what that locker room looking like right now. All right, coaches, you say some shit like that to your team. But he said that shit in the media, Jack.
Which he's been known for.
I know. That's why they love him.
Out there in print.
That's why they love him. But I'm wondering, do his boys like that he just publicly said these boys scared of them boys over there in Alabama?
Well, I tell you like this here. I don't know if State can pony up the money to go and get him out the door. I'd love to hear what State fans have to say about Mike Leach right now, currently.
They can pony it up.
But here's what I will say. Mike Leach's system cannot work in the current SEC climate. It ain't gonna work. You look at Texas, like Texas coming in next year. I guess they come in next year. Texas has a good defensive front, decent corner play, but they got a running game. They got a solid passing game. He's all around. Mike Leach ain't ever been able to stop nobody of real caliber. He ain't never been able to stop nobody. They don't even emphasize defense. I
think both of them Big 12 boys gonna come in and get their ass whooped though too. Oklahoma and Texas coming in this thing. They're different.
Okay, it may be, but
you're right about Leach. You're right about what you're saying about Leach.
Leach is not constructing the team built to go play against Alabama, LSU, Georgia, Tennessee, you name it.
But how you feel about him taking the onus off of him and his coaching?
He should never do that.
And saying, hey, my boy just scared.
Mike Leach should always own the quality of play that his team provides. Mike Leach should always own that. Because they always get into the people, media wants to always talk about his quirks and his weirdness and all this little stuff about him.
They were talking about some shit with him, talking about dinosaurs and shit.
Don't nobody care. You know why? Because you ain't got no dubs on the board, sir. I mean, okay, look at his wins right now. You beat A&M. Okay, cool. A&M sliding. You beat Arkansas. Arkansas sliding. You get to go on the road at a ranked Kentucky team and you got waxed. On the road. You get to go on the road again to Alabama. You get waxed. If it's out of the confines of the cowbells of Starkville, it's over with. You don't have the team constructed to go on the road and go get a dub. You ain't done it since you got by against A&M last year. Great. But you ain't doing it again.
Mm-hmm.
And now you get to go on the road. Actually, their last 3 of their last 4 games are at home. Basically, they ain't got to leave Mississippi for the rest of the month. Because they can go right up the road to Oxford and play Oxford at Ole Miss. They're at home. They're in Mississippi for the rest of the month. It don't get no sweeter than that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but again,
So he gonna rally. He gonna rally with yourself.
he ain't
He gonna
rallying.
rally. You that what you
He
telling
gonna
me?
go to
T?
rallies if they got one in Starkville.
See there.
He gonna go to rallies if he like them old double cheeses and whatnot.
See there.
That's all I got. Hey, look, Leach ain't the guy. State, I question the hiring. Leach is just not the guy. Let's just say that today. Let's everybody say it together. He's not the guy. Let's do that. Everybody together. Starkville fans understand me. I know they understand me. They feel me.
Right.
He's just not the guy. When you see, okay, look. If I'm a prospective Mississippi State, I'm a prospect looking at going to state, and you hear that guy say what he just said about his boys. Do you think I'm gonna sign the dotted line to go play with this dude? Play for this guy that don't believe in me?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Go ahead, buy him on out.
I would love to interview Malik Heath and just ask that young blood what made him leave. Cause you in the air raid, you know they about to throw the thing around the yard. You would think that's a stud White House dream. Like, I ain't finna leave this.
Should be.
I would love to know.
He's not the guy. He's just not it. I mean, he's a good offensive mind. Can be creative. And heck, I question that. But he's not built to go compete against the SECs. We talking right now, currently 7 teams in the SEC are ranked. And
that's how we do it down south, T.
And let me make sure I'm correct. State was ranked at one time. They're not currently. So that makes 8 of the current teams in the SEC that I'm thinking of that are ranked. Florida was once ranked. Okay. A&M was once ranked. Arkansas was once ranked. So that's 11 I just gave you that are either ranked or were ranked. That's the kind of competition you got in the SEC.
Right.
Week to week.
Right.
So you got to be in your bag every week.
I don't know. As a former coach, I know all about calling your boys out, calling your boys to task.
You got to do it off the camera, though.
Yeah, he might want to take a page out of Belichick's book and be kind of more glib, more short with his answers. Because I don't know how those 18 to 22-year-olds finna feel about him. Cause all that testosterone rolling, you got them girls heard that, Leach. Them girls heard that, Leach. Okay.
Coach say you scared. Yeah. They are rallying together, getting them a sandwich, getting them a burger. Coach be saying you scared. You scared.
You scared of Alabama?
I be wearing your jersey all the time in these stands. These folks be clowning me. I be having your jersey on.
I need to respond to that Tuscaloosa boy. He DM me. I need to respond to the Alabama boy that DM me. Cause you scared of them. You can't say that shit, Coach. You can't say that shit publicly, Coach. Unless you know your scheme was A1 plus. Your scheme was A1 plus. Your week of practice was A1 plus. You did everything in your power to have these boys ready, and they nutted up. Now, if that's the case, then okay. But if it ain't the case, them boys mad at that son bitch. They probably mad at that motherfucker.
I can't blame him. Can't blame him.
Well,
cannot blame.
Real ones, y'all chime in. Tell us what y'all thought about Mississippi State getting blown out by an angry Alabama. Put it on something.
Thank you so much for watching my daddy's YouTube channel. Make sure you like, share, and turn on your post notifications. Okay, how do I do it?